Ever wondered how divine justice touches the lives of narcissists? It's a subject that stirs curiosity and brings a sense of mystery. Narcissists are often viewed as people who exploit others without remorse, leaving a trail of pain, manipulation, and self-centered actions behind them. Their behavior is frustrating, leaving many of us wondering, how does God handle people like this? In this deep dive, we'll explore 5 surprising ways that God, in His wisdom and justice, deals with narcissists. But don't expect these methods to be simplistic. God's dealings are often subtle, powerful, and focused on transformation. This isn't about punishment alone. It's about a spiritual process that reaches down to the soul's core, one that reflects God's wisdom, love, and deep commitment to seeing true change in His creation. This video will take you through each of these 5 divine responses, shedding light on how God, in ways we might not expect, addresses the hearts and actions of narcissists. Each method carries a lesson for all of us, not just for those who exhibit narcissistic traits. It's a reminder that God's approach to each of us is uniquely tailored, both just and merciful. So, get ready to embark on a journey that reveals God's justice in surprising ways. Before we dive into these transformative insights, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Like, share, and let others find encouragement and understanding too. Now, let's get started. 1. God allows narcissists to face the consequences of their actions. God, in His wisdom, doesn't rush to punish or immediately stop someone on a harmful path. Often, He lets narcissists walk the road of their own choices, allowing them to feel the natural outcomes of their actions. When narcissists harm or manipulate others, they create an environment where trust erodes and relationships fall apart. God often permits these consequences to unfold because, in experiencing the breakdown of their relationships, narcissists are faced with the reality of their behavior. It's as if God is holding up a mirror through the consequences they encounter, showing them the impact of their actions. For some, this may be a slow process of realization. They may lose friends, loved ones, and even career opportunities due to their manipulation and self-centered actions. It is in these losses that God gently reveals their own destructive patterns, nudging them to see the need for change. But God's patience isn't a form of acceptance. Instead, it's a path that allows narcissists to encounter the emptiness that comes from always putting themselves first. It may take years or even decades, but many narcissists find themselves isolated, wondering why things never seem to work out in their favor. This consequence-driven approach is a tough but loving strategy that God uses to break through the hard shell of narcissism, sometimes leading people to finally recognize their need for something greater than themselves. 2. God uses people and circumstances to challenge the narcissist's self-centered nature. God is not only the God of heaven but also the God who works through people and events. He places others in the narcissist's life to confront and challenge them, often in unexpected ways. You may have noticed how narcissists often surround themselves with people who reinforce their ego or submit to their manipulation. However, God has a way of positioning certain individuals in their lives who will not bend or allow themselves to be controlled. These individuals might stand firm against their manipulation, providing a contrasting example of humility and genuine kindness. They may be friends, co-workers, or even family members who simply refuse to play along with the narcissist's games. These people become like mirrors, reflecting a different way of living, which can be deeply unsettling for the narcissist. When faced with people who are immune to their tactics, narcissists often become frustrated, angry, or even retaliatory. But these reactions are part of God's plan to expose their true selves. In moments of exposure, narcissists sometimes catch glimpses of their own destructive behaviors. They may deny it initially, but God's work through these strong individuals can plant seeds of self-reflection, even if it takes years for those seeds to grow into something more. Additionally, God uses circumstances, like failed ventures or situations where narcissistic manipulation simply doesn't work, to challenge the narcissist's sense of control. These situations serve as humbling experiences that remind them that they are not all-powerful or all-knowing, gently urging them to reconsider their approach to life and relationships. 3. God allows loneliness and isolation as a wake-up call. For many narcissists, one of the most powerful ways God intervenes is through the experience of loneliness. Narcissistic behavior often leads people to withdraw from relationships or to cut ties with individuals who repeatedly hurt them. Over time, this leaves narcissists in a position where they are surrounded by very few, if any, true friends or loyal supporters. God can use this isolation to wake them up to the emptiness of a life centered only on oneself. When the phone stops ringing, when social gatherings are no longer open to them, and when they find themselves sitting alone in their success, narcissists are often confronted with the loneliness that their actions have created. God doesn't bring loneliness to hurt them, but rather to heal them by revealing the relational void created by their behavior. Loneliness is a mirror that reflects their choices, and in this space, God can begin to stir their hearts. They might start to wonder why, despite all their achievements or material gains, they feel so empty and unfulfilled. For some, this experience of loneliness is the first step toward a softened heart, a place where they can begin to seek connection with others and, ultimately, with God. God uses this period of isolation as a way to show them that true fulfillment doesn't come from power or control but from love, humility, and genuine relationships. 4. God gives narcissists opportunities for growth and self-reflection. God is compassionate, and He often gives people, including narcissists, countless opportunities to reflect on their behavior and choose a different path. Through sermons, spiritual mentors, or even unexpected life lessons, God continually invites narcissists to grow. For some, this might come in the form of hearing a sermon about humility that strikes a chord. For others, it could be a challenging life event that forces them to think deeply about their actions and attitudes. Unlike punishment, these opportunities are God's way of saying, there is still hope for you to change. God offers these chances not to condemn but to guide them toward a better, more fulfilling way of life. Even if a narcissist ignores these messages at first, God's patience is boundless. He doesn't give up after one failed attempt. Instead, He sends these reminders in various forms, often touching their heart when they least expect it. These opportunities might feel uncomfortable to the narcissist, but they serve as a gentle nudge from God, inviting them to pause, reflect, and consider the possibility of a life not centered solely on themselves. For those willing to take these opportunities seriously, it can be the beginning of a transformative journey. 5. God allows narcissists to experience genuine love and compassion. One of the most surprising ways God deals with narcissists is by allowing them to experience real love and compassion. Despite their difficult personalities, narcissists are still human and deeply loved by God. At times, He surrounds them with people who show them genuine kindness, patience, and forgiveness. These individuals, often guided by their own faith or compassion, treat narcissists with a love that expects nothing in return. For a narcissist, experiencing this kind of love can be shocking and even confusing. Accustomed to relationships built on control or manipulation, they might find it hard to understand why someone would love them unconditionally. Yet, it is this experience of love that God uses as a softening agent for their hardened hearts. The experience of unconditional love can plant seeds of change in even the most resistant individuals. Slowly, they may begin to question their own behaviors and the emptiness of their self-centered lifestyle. In some cases, the compassion they receive becomes a turning point, helping them recognize the beauty of a life lived in humility and mutual respect. God knows that love has a transformative power, and through these encounters, He shows narcissists that they, too, are worthy of love, not because of what they achieve or control, but simply because of who they are. As we reflect on these 5 surprising ways that God deals with narcissists, it's clear that His approach is both complex and compassionate. God's justice doesn't simply seek to punish, but to bring about genuine change and healing. Each of these methods demonstrates His patience, mercy, and desire to see every person, including those who struggle with narcissism, experience transformation. If this topic resonated with you, or if you know someone who might benefit from understanding these divine approaches, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected for more insights. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of God's wisdom and love in action. May we all find encouragement in knowing that God's justice is always balanced with mercy, and his ways, though sometimes mysterious, are ultimately designed to lead us closer to him.